feel like I'm being serenaded by an angel, and quite frankly, that's how I like to spend my Fridays.
How many Fridays have you spent being serenaded by an angel?
Just today. And that is your voice. It was a compliment, Rob. You should have just taken it.
No, I need to deflect into questioning the logic of the compliment.
You need it to not be a compliment anymore.
Hi, this is How to Not. My name is Rob Moden.
And I'm Kaitlyn Alexander.
And this is a show where we find WikiHow articles that explain how to do normal human regular things that are not weird in any way. And use them to learn how to live a normal, everyday human life with social interactions and warmth and kindness and love.
Which is something we clearly don't know how to do.
It's the end goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you, Kaitlyn?
I'm great. It's early, and I've not had coffee, and I'm holding a tea, and I'm sad about the fact that it's tea.
You're sad about that?
I'm sad.
Are you trying to follow my lead?
I am.
Okay, so I quit coffee since the last episode, and also found like delicious smelling like chai teas and stuff. And it's doing good for me.
Like I just said that I was going to join you, and as soon as I said that, my entire body started sweating. So I'm thinking that I'm not going to do that.
Also, I know I just said I'm relaxed, but I'm talking very quickly.
It's because there's a lot of caffeine in your chat.
I guess so.
Do you want to know what our WikiHow article is?
Yeah, let's go for it.
It's how to talk like a pirate. Because that seems relevant.
Yeah. With Halloween coming up, maybe you want to be a pirate. Maybe you don't, but it's also just a useful life skill.
Maybe you just want to immerse yourself so deeply in your Halloween costume that you actually become what you're dressed as, which is what this tutorial is.
I don't know how many times it's a whole Daniel Day-Lewis situation where the week after Halloween, I need to shake off my costume. It's inside me. Did you just see that? Did you see that Jim Carrey trailer on Netflix? Sometimes I just feel like the ghost of Halloween is within my soul and refuses to leave until I finish my movie.
Solid. Yeah. Totally same thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, any sea dog worth their salt knows that to talk like a pirate, you must know their lingo and adopt a scurvy pirate accent. Talking like a pirate is more than just yelling R whenever you feel like it. With little time and a whole lot of practice, you'll be speaking like a proper pirate. And if you're not, avast to the brig with you.
Oh, boy.
I stepped into a new place that I just don't like.
This is It's delighting you on one level, at least.
One part of me is like, yay. One part of me is like, help. Okay.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't like the language of, it's not as simple as saying R all the time, because it could be. It really could.
It could be a lot more.
Caitlin, I need to get across to you that I am a pirate.
Right.
What is the fastest 3-letter way for me to get that across?
R.
Yeah,
and then you're done.
And now, hey.
Yeah, but you're a pirate.
That could be the entire article, but apparently not.
No, there's steps. And the first one is learn sailing lingo. Mm-hmm. The golden age of piracy lasted from around 1680 to 1730, a time when most pirates were sailors gone rogue. As wayward sailors, pirates heavily use nautical lingo when conversing. Refer to your friends or coworkers as mateys and call people you don't like scurvy dogs. When you greet someone, say ahoy. When you're surprised or caught off guard, yell avast. And then it says, don't just throw out sailing terms randomly. Know the history behind them so you can use them correctly. For example, did you know that shiver me timbers is the nautical equivalent of saying my teeth are chattering with fear?
Now, the other half of that is that anytime you need to educate yourself on what shiver me timbers is. Also, every time you say to somebody, shiver me timbers, you're confused. Now I need to tell you exactly.
Like, just so you know, that's the nautical term.
It's a nautical term. It means I'm cold. I guess it would have been simpler and easier to say that, but be my friend.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, I'm just like, if somebody came up to me and was like, ahoy, I would immediately walk away from the conversation. And I don't know if that's just me, but like, I don't know if this is not an article on how to make friends.
Do you want to know a true fact?
What? Please tell me you haven't done that.
Have you ever watched The Simpsons?
Yeah.
You know how Mr. Burns answers the phone with ahoy hoy?
Yeah.
I sometimes did that in high school.
Oh,
I thought it was a silly, fun little thing.
Did you have friends?
Maybe. And then also, back in the days when we all had flip phones, you know, when you could flip it up and it would have a customized like hello message.
Say ahoy hoy.
Yeah.
Rob.
How'd you guess?
Rob.
Better than avast.
This is we're like
Avast caller. Welcome to my brig of conversation.
Could you imagine somebody's just like, you're in an insult war and somebody's like, you're a scurvy dog? I'd be like,
Do I walk away?
What does that even mean?
Well, I don't know the history behind scurvy dog, so I don't know if it's a good insult or not. If every Yo Mama contest came with an explanation behind every Yo Mama. Now, you don't understand, but the weight of your mother is not actually equal to what I am saying it is, but to exaggerate it is in fact underlining the main message I want to get across, which is that I do not like you.
That's the only kind of insult competition I ever want, where you have to heavily explain what you're saying.
I just like this idea now of like a Don Rickles style comedian as well. It's just like any insult comedy has to come with like an explanation of exactly why it works, what it means.
That's hysterical.
And why you should be upset.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
speaking of insults, memorize some choice nautical insults.
Go for it.
Pirates call their best mates and their most loathsome enemies alike ghastly insults. Pick a few of your favorite insults and keep them in your memory so you can use them as needed. You could, for example, call a person who cuts you off in traffic a bilge rat. In pirate ship, the bilge is the lowest level of the ship. A rat living in the bilge lives amongst slime and ballast. I don't know if that's how you say it. I just said it like that. You could also call someone who is awkward or inexperienced a landlubber. Although traditionally thought to mean landlubber, this word actually comes from the word lubber. Lubber means clumsy or uncoordinated.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
This article is a Trojan horse. And somebody just really wanted to get their pirate facts out into the world.
100%. I'm reading through this. I'm like, there's too much information in this for it to just be somebody who is like, yeah, it's pirates, right?
And every step so far has been another variation of like, insult somebody, but
and
also here's some examples.
What it means.
Here's some examples with the explanations behind them that you may or may not have to tell somebody. For instance, if somebody, what's the end goal here? Because the cutting somebody off in traffic, you're just muttering to yourself. Man, it's a bilge rat.
I think it's to convince yourself that you're a pirate. Like I'm reading this and I'm like, oh, just adapt until you only act like a pirate and you're convinced that you're a pirate in every aspect of your life.
This is a person who, it's 2017 and wants off of this world. And they have some sort of mental break where it's like, I'm going to just transport myself back to the 1600s because maybe that was better at this point.
And then they're just walking around in pirate clothes, talking like a pirate in 2017, convinced that they're in the 1700s.
But they're of two minds. One is the mind stuck in 1600 and the other mind is 2017, explaining to you the translation.
This is true.
It's like Obama's anger translator, where Obama is the pirate and the anger translator is like, let me explain to you why.
What a bilge rat is.
Yes, a bilge rat. You'll laugh.
Wow, it's a singer. We got you with this one.
Oh boy, my boy over here. My boy over here just burned you real bad. Now, let me break out my thesaurus.
Just the thought of somebody only speaking in pirate with a guy next to him going, my boy over here just burnt you, is just amazing to me.
Captain Jack right here just got you so bad. You don't even know.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, the next step is use R as a multi-purpose word. R can be used in a myriad of situations. You might shout R to indicate agreement with a statement, or you might yell R if you stub your toe. R is a catch-all explanation that you can use for most emotions, whether you feel joy, sorrow, anger, or fear.
Does WikiHow allow swearing?
I mean,
the simpler explanation is R is fuck. That's the word.
Yeah. Actually true.
You can say it by itself. You can
say joy, sorrow, anger, or fear.
R, I stubbed me toe. Fuck, I stubbed my toe.
Oh, shit.
That's what the translator is saying next to you.
So wait, if you're saying R, matey, you're like, fuck, matey.
Fuck, matey, it's a good day. Fuck, matey, good to see ya.
Oh, my God. No, this is really good. And I'm scared.
By the end of this, we're going to become full-blown. Is there a certificate?
At the end, no, but there should be. At the end, we'll be talking like pirates. Okay. Avoid using modern slang, so we can't say fuck.
God, okay.
Some may think talking like a pirate just involves swearing however you like, but you'll sound much more colorful and piratey if you stick to their lingo. Most of the time, you can translate modern slang into nautical speak. Instead of saying someone stinks like trash, for example, you could say instead, "Arr, you smell like you've been bathing in bilge for weeks."
Tying it all together. Arr, bilge. Now, Kaitlyn, I don't know how many times you go through this, but pretty much daily, I say, hey, you smell like trash. And what was it? What was the sentence?
You stink like trash.
Boy, you stink like trash. I say that on the daily.
I say that to strangers, to my cat.
On the street.
To rats on the street.
I don't even necessarily mean it. It's more like a "our matey," like a hello kind of thing.
Yeah, people don't understand.
So I'm really glad to have an alternative way to state the common catchphrase.
You stink like trash.
You stink like trash.
But this is also the longest possible replacement. Like, you smell like you've been bathing in bilge for weeks.
Oh, and he's gone.
The guy walked away.
Yep. You smell it. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Wait. I need to explain what a bilge is.
My boy here. It wasn't a great singer, but he got you kinda.
Yeah, where's the section about you need a hype man? I haven't seen that yet, and they're wrong.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Pirates always had hype men.
Oh, did they?
It was the Disney Corporation that came in. And they found that our cut of Pirates of the Caribbean is 6 hours long because every line has to be explained.
Yeah.
We have twice as many characters. It's way over budget.
And what you don't know is Christopher Walken was the hype man in that movie. So they just cut poor Christopher out of every Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
And Kaitlyn, what does that sound like considering you are the one who brought up Christopher Walken?
It sounds like...
A little bit
like this. So... I don't know if you know what a bilge rat is, but it's a nautical term for an insult saying you smell like trash.
I've known you for 2 years. I did not know you had this power. You know how like everybody's like, I can do a Christopher Walken, and nobody can.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Thank you.
Congrats.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And just congrats on the restraint of keeping that in the entire time I've ever known you.
It's really hard, honestly. But yeah, the 3 hours was actually just his pauses between words that they needed to.
That was the 7th hour. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
and so Disney's like, none of this. Look, it's like how Jurassic Park changed the dinosaurs and now they don't have feathers anymore. Pirates don't have hypemen anymore.
And that's like a huge historical flaw.
A piece of our history has been lost.
And I think that's really problematic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Christopher didn't deserve this.
Damn it, Jerry Bruckheimer, why?
We'd like to file a petition to remake all of the Pirates of the Caribbean with the hype men. That should have been included.
Mm-hmm. Release that Blu-ray. We know you have the special features.
We know it's there.
Look, once they put out the Criterion editions of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Quintology? Question mark?
I don't know.
Quintology?
Yeah.
Let's name them. Curse of the Black Pearl.
Pirates.
Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, On Stranger Tides, Dead Men Tell No Tales?
I didn't even know there were that many.
Let's name the villains. Now, no, go.
I know the dude with the squid on his face.
Bill Nighy. Yep.
Yeah, that's the only villain I know.
There was 3 of them were like just zombies.
Hey everyone, this just in. I don't think I've ever watched a Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Not, the #1 podcast about Pirates of the Caribbean trivia.
This is Guy Fieri all over again.
Oh boy. All right, we can back off pirates. We can go back to our definitely on topic talk about hype men.
Do you want to know what also helps your hype men out?
Mm-hmm.
If you perfect your accent.
Okay.
So you got to slur your words.
Mm-hmm.
Pirates did not articulate their words as much as mumble incoherently, partially because of all the rum they drank. Think of popular pirate icons like Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow. They usually speak like they're inebriated, mutter when you talk to people, and if they ask for clarification, speak even more incoherently. Drop your G's and V's in word. Instead of saying never ever, say ne'er ever. Air. Swap words like laughin' or swimming with laughin' or swimmin'.
Now, I don't know if it's the article or you pronounce those last words the exact same way both times.
They just dropped the G at the end. I don't know what they wanted me to do.
Got it. Now,
swimming.
Now, here is the conspiracy that has taken hold. Did you notice that subtle little mention of a certain Captain Jack Sparrow?
Did you see that? Did you see how they used him as an example for historical accuracy of how much rum pirates drank?
Kaitlyn, I don't think we can trust this article. I think this is Disney propaganda.
I mean, them bilge rats.
Are those bilge rats be infiltrating me pirate wikis? Oh boy. Oh, it went Scottish or Irish for a second.
I don't know what that was.
Disney hired this pirate historian
and they just
to come in
and
just like, look, the best lies are the ones closest to the truth. So you have to fill this up with like 90% truths, but cut out those hype men who are asking for union dues and residuals.
Like, we can't pay them.
We can't do it.
So the next step is you can't say you or your. You have to say yeah or your instead. If your aim is to talk like a pirate, don't say you when you want to address someone. Instead, say yeah or yeah. When your friends are over to dinner, tell them as you hand them a plate, here's some grub for ya, ya scurvy buccaneer. If my friend handed me a plate of food like that, I would legitimately look at them, get up, and leave.
With the plate in your hand?
Yes.
To eat somewhere else?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a fool. I want my free food.
I'll take the free food. I know it said friends, but my mind went to is your family sitting around for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh my gosh.
You break out the pirate talk. Your mom wants an explanation.
Your mom's just like, I just want a nice meal.
I just want to know why.
One meal without this.
You come home twice a year.
I thought you brought home a girlfriend. It's just your hype man.
Yo! This turkey is dope.
Amazing.
Lit.
This is lit. What's the pirate version of lit? R. I'm just gonna replace every modern slang with R because I can't.
R. This be firing off.
R. This
firing off.
Firing off.
I think
there
that's
you go. Lit is firing off.
Mm-hmm.
You also got to refer to yourself as me, not I. Pirates don't say I, they always call themselves me, even if this wouldn't be grammatically correct. Instead of saying I have a cold, for example, a pirate would say, got me a case of the sniffles.
I don't think a single pirate in the history of the world has referred to it as sniffles.
Sniffles.
This guy is starting to lose his grip.
This is not right.
Like he decided to stretch out a let's mispronounce things into 3 different steps. And at this point, I think he's stretching like, a little bit.
But the first step was sound like you're drunk. So I'm like, he's definitely drunk.
You know, if you do like a job interview or something, you get to the point where you're like, you try to stretch like 10% more than the actual knowledge you have. And then you realize in retrospect, that was just like, very obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a mistake.
I think that's what's happening here.
The next step is growl at your mates. Pirates are not known for their sunny, vibrant attitudes. To talk like a pirate, grumble often, scowl often, and if someone says something you disagree with, roll your eyes and insult them openly. Remember, pirates don't giggle. Make sure every time you laugh, you add a proper dosage of spite to your voice.
Now, I'll say it sounds right. Again, this is all based on the Disney propaganda film Pirates of the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
On Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes.
But they do seem to have voluminous laughter.
They do.
Hearty laughter.
Hearty laughter, as
giggling.
me mateys would say.
And me mateys would laugh with the volume of 100 balloons.
99 red balloons.
Pirates actually created the song 99
red balloons.
99 red balloons.
Scurvy dogs
and bilge rats and
and there's just the guy in the back row going, yeah, what? Bilge rats.
Well, a whole second ship of Hypemen next to the first ship.
That's what people don't know. They didn't have life rafts because they had to build a second ship exclusively for their Hypemen.
Life rafts were entirely an invention of the Pirates of the Caribbean films because they always had 2 ships. So even if one went down, they just all squeezed together on the second one.
They just all loved each other.
Yeah.
It was great.
They were close. What was the step we were on?
Growl.
All right.
Which I just don't agree with.
No.
I think you don't make friends by growling. You don't make friends by growling.
So many musical riffs this episode.
It's been a warning.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3 is speaking with swagger.
Okay.
Add a bit of rasp to your voice. Pirates talk in deep, gravelly voices. If you have a naturally high-pitched voice, practice talking lower. Shout often to strain your vocal cords so you can achieve a scratchier voice. You can also gargle lemon juice to add more roughness to your voice. I feel like this is terrible advice. Scream often so that your vocal cords hate you.
And don't use that lemon juice. It's valuable to curve off scurvy.
Bill drank all our lemon juice trying to get a scruffy voice.
Bill, I'm dying over here. Well, I need my throaty voice. The smooth pirates here.
Oh my god.
Also, yeah, so all pirates had low, smooth voices. The high-pitched...
had to damage their vocal cords to bring it down.
They had to they were given a choice. Either damage your vocal cords to become a pirate, or they were the Hypemen. So actually, we've been misrepresenting them. It's like, look, he's doing so well!
Yeah, you got this, man!
Oh, I'm not following this path anymore because I'm sure that was horrible to listen to.
I'm sorry for everybody's ears, but I can give you some smooth, sultry, low voice.
The smooth pirate's here, and he's here to are ye mateys?
Are ye mateys?
Are
ye
mateys?
Go back on the ship, you know. That's just Canadian. I was just a Canadian pirate. I retired. Goodbye.
Canadian pirates are really underrepresented. Again, Disney propaganda cutting out all the Canadian pirates. They had advantages because they were used to the cold.
Yeah, we just sailed through the ice, and that's how Canadians are.
We sailed through the ice, and we are here to stay.
Hey. Do you ever hate yourself when you do something?
No, because I know we can cut it out of the podcast.
That's fair, yeah. Okay, embellish your words with enthusiasm.
Got it.
Pirates are not timid folk. When they're amused, they guffaw. When they're outraged, they roar. Don't hold your emotions back. Talk loudly and exaggerate your words to indicate passion and emotions. Instead of, I'm surprised, give a holler and yell, me eyes must be fooling me. Are you seeing this, ya mangy bilge rat?
Did it actually say ya mangy bilge rat after that? I think this guy just ate. Okay, so multiple points here. The author A just really likes bilge rats. Yeah, bilge rats. The main point seems to be that pirates are surprisingly articulate. It is always
they add words.
Never say something in 3 words which you can say in 27.
Yeah.
Pirates are talkative. Again, that is why even after they cut out the Hypemen, Pirates of the Caribbean was like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
It was a standard. People don't know. They wrote a standard script in regular modern language.
Yeah.
And then they translated it to pirate, and suddenly it ballooned.
It just added like about 700 pages.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp just said, "Can I just scream?" And they went, "What?" And he went, "I'm practicing talking like a pirate."
So we have 2 killer impressions from Kaitlyn Alexander in this episode. One, we have Christopher Walken, and then we have the definitely spot on Johnny Depp. It's unique. I will give you that.
I'm not saying words at all.
It's a new take on Johnny Depp that will take Saturday Night Live by storm when you join the cast later this year.
Good Lord. Never put me on. I would panic. I'm sweating just thinking about it. Talk with your hands.
Okay.
Pirates gesture wildly with their hands to prove their points. Don't worry about whether you're waving your hands too wildly. The more flamboyantly you do it, the better. If you're angry or surprised, slam your hand down on a table or hard surface. Pat your mateys on the back and laugh heartily if they tell an amusing joke. I think you should worry about gesturing too much because you could hit somebody in the face. Your hype man, mainly.
Yeah. Nobody ever thinks about... Look, pirates are selfish.
Yeah.
That's consistent through history, through the propaganda films of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean on Curse of the Black Pearl. On Curse of the Black Dead Man's Pearl.
Yeah.
And
that classic.
Pirates are selfish. They wave their hands around. Half of the modern pirates are just impersonating Jack Sparrow, which we all know, which is a very flighty, hands everywhere, no care in the world,
drunk,
off
of life,
and
rum,
and rum and life are one and the same. Am I right, me mateys?
I hate myself more than anything. Do you want the final step? Which
let's do it.
We don't have enough information to be a pirate at this point. I'm just going to point that out there.
Yeah.
Exude confidence in your words and actions. Pirates generally don't struggle with insecurity. Rather, they're practically radiate confidence. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion, even if you think others will disagree with it. Should anyone shout back at you, throw them in the brig and tell them they'll walk the plank next time they give you a lip. Who has a brig that you could just throw people in?
Who has a plank? We're into a pool? Do you just walk into a pool?
You just bring them to an outdoor pool and you're like, walk the plank.
That is the sign of the utmost confidence. Is that if you bring somebody to an outdoor pool and then you set up a plank, you nail it down in front of them and you say, walk.
And they're like, can you stop doing this every time we have a disagreement?
Walk, matey.
I'm not wearing swim clothes.
Walk the plank.
Okay, but like, I'm going to drown. I don't know how to swim.
You're going to walk the plank.
Okay.
I have confidence.
So,
and every enthusiasm and ending every conversation with "I have confidence." Number one way to be a pirate.
It is. I have confidence, matey.
I have confidence, matey.
Yes.
Har. Yes.
Okay, so that was it. That was the entire tutorial. I don't feel like I know anything. I know more historical accuracies about being a pirate, which I appreciate.
I just know that apparently talking like a pirate is a thing that you can do in everyday life, and you don't have to explain it to anybody. And even if they do, you make them walk the plank.
I shouldn't have shown you this article.
Our work life is about to change a lot.
Oh, God.
I'm going to work my way up our company just by making lots of people walk that plank.
Send help. I live on 1234 Internet Street. Okay, it's our favorite part.
Yep.
Community Q&A. There are no questions because it explained everything so well.
That's true. Why are there never any community questions? I think we started this segment thinking there'd be more community questions.
I just feel like some of the articles we're choosing are just so explanatory.
Exceptionally well written.
That we don't need community questions. But I have one for you. What happens if you shit your pants while you're trying to talk like a pirate?
Now, this is a segment that we do based on the first WikiHow article we found, which did actually have a community question that said, what happens if you shit your pants?
Yeah.
So, it's a very important question.
It is.
And it can apply to so many things.
You never know when you're going to shit your pants.
Now, here's what I'm going to suggest. That's just one step closer to being a pirate.
True.
Those pirate movies, the Disney propaganda films, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Pearl at the World's
baggy.
End. Yeah, their pants were very baggy
because they were filled with lies and shit.
Lies and shit. And also when Disney forced the Hypemen to hide,
they had to hide in the pants.
Yep. They didn't have running toilets. They didn't. We never saw them use the washroom.
Oh my God.
It probably smelled really bad. I think there were comments to those effects. Hey, remember that fun moment when Jack Sparrow threw one bucket on the guy and then Orlando Bloom threw the other bucket on the guy? And the guy's like, I was already awake because he was sleeping and the first bucket was to wake him up. Yeah. And the second bucket, he said it was for the smell.
Because he shit himself.
Exactly.
Holy shit, matey.
Listeners don't know, but Kaitlyn did move their head closer and closer to the microphone with every syllable of the exclamation.
I will also say that the entire time you were describing that, I had a horrified look on my face. Because the idea of a group of grown men walking around with shit-filled pants.
I thought it was just a horrified look that I specifically recalled this one scene from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's World End at the Pearl's chest. And I will say it's because on Thanksgiving weekend it was playing on cable while I was at my parents' house.
That's fair. There you go. Yeah.
So this all worked out.
So
I think that's it for that topic.
Yeah.
Now, podcast. I almost said pirate. Podcast. To-dos. We need a theme song.
We do need a theme song, and I'm gonna live.
So WikiHow. The great thing about doing a WikiHow related podcast is that we can just look up instructions on how to do anything.
We're practically life gurus now.
6 episodes in, or whatever we're at. So I assume you've looked up how to find a theme song, how to make a theme song.
Yeah, there is how to memorize a song.
Okay.
How to describe a song.
I think we've shown that we've memorized and can describe and sing back lots of songs.
There's literally nothing here about how to make a theme song.
So we're not going to have a theme song next week.
So we're not going to have a theme song next week.
But if somebody has suggestions, that would work.
We'd be happy to.
Or we're just going to have to pay somebody to make something.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pay somebody to make something.
Right. I mean,
a professional.
Somebody who doesn't know what this podcast is. We might just have to reach out to somebody and just go you don't know what this is. Don't worry about it. Here's some money. Make something good.
Make it, and I'll just beatbox for them, and they'll be like, "What?"
Yes.
Anyways,
anyway,
we'll have a theme song.
Whoever makes it will be paid. I do want to make
absolutely.
that clear.
We pay our artists.
Yes.
If you want to contact us with any ideas or suggestions, you can contact us on Twitter.
Including ideas for articles that we can do. And then if we like them, we'll read them and we'll credit you.
Yep. And our Twitter is @HowToNotShow. So reach out there.
I'll also say we got a couple of reviews. I should look up those names, and I'm actually not even sure where they come from because they're on like the hosting site we use just gathers them from everywhere. So I got to hunt them down, but I'll find the usernames. Maybe we should like give them a shout out at some point.
For sure. Yeah, if you leave us a review, we'll give you a shout out.
And maybe we'll give you preferential treatment if you include in your review what article you want us to do.
Yes.
There you go.
Great.
That works out.
Yeah, you just thought of strategy.
Like and subscribe and all that. So that's YouTube.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Give us a rate. Give us 5 stars on whatever it is. Tell your friends. If this is not a good introductory episode, because it could not be. It could be. We might be going too far up the in-joke route. And just pleased with ourselves. But feel free to share it and all that stuff. And
I'm gonna play us a little beatbox out.
Maybe we shouldn't get a theme song because I've been enjoying these.
These really weird ones?
Go ahead.
All right. R. Bye me.